Hello, hello, testing. 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Hello, hello, testing. Okay, awesome. 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Hello, hello, testing. Okay, awesome. Tell you how long. There's got to be a way to see how long you've been streaming for. There's got to be a way to see how long you've been streaming for. Bro, I love these people. Um, okay. I'll do that next episode, but this episode I'll just do a timer on my phone. I'll do that next episode, but this episode I'll just do a timer on my phone. Okay, so am I kind of low? Low. Is this better? Low. That's a little better. Is this better? Okay, so how do we slide this? Okay, so welcome to my foolery or my personal finance journey. This will be a stream that I'll try to do like every like Monday to Friday, maybe like do weekends too. I don't know. Um, Try to keep it a little short, but we'll see how it goes. So, what is this stream going to be about? So, I'm mostly going to be streaming about personal finance and maybe a little bit of self development. So, me personally, just graduated college, had my first job. Don't really know a whole lot about finance, like literally zero. So, I kind of wanted to obviously learn a lot about that. And so that's what I'll be doing on this stream. So, most streams will be me researching, just topics, investment topics, stocks, retirement plans, stuff like that. Might be reading books um, personal finance books. I know that copyright laws wouldn't allow you to read it on stream, so I think it'll be a lot of note taking from me. Just me reading a chapter or two every stream and just jotting down notes from what I've gathered. That should be fine within the realm. So why am I streaming this? So obviously, just said, I'm incredibly incompetent when it comes to personal finance. I know almost nothing. Um, I think it is imperative for me to learn a lot since, um, I'm getting money and I don't know what to do with it. So I got to figure out what to do with it. It aids in my. I believe that the streaming will aid to my dedication to this sort of structure of me trying to learn a lot about personal finance. So I'm hoping the stream, just knowing I have to stream every day, helps me stick to that regiment. And then also, I have the. I don't know if my cursor shows up on the stream. I have the indexable expert idea. So I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming this for. This could be like a 1 or 2 month thing. This could be like a year. This could be like, the rest of my life, right? But I've thought about this. If, there's a bunch of people saying a bunch of stuff, right? On the internet. And usually we have some sort of indicators to warrant them legitimacy. So, some people's education, their work background, stuff like that offers them legitimacy. The one thing that I find really interesting is the idea that with streaming now, you can have a completely indexable expert in the sense of, hypothetically, let's say I take this all the way to like 4 or 5 years. So now I'm knee deep in everything personal finance related. And I'm maybe graduating to a level where I'm giving advice to people, hypothetically. I'd be one of the few people that you can watch or that you can listen to on the internet where every single thing that I've ever researched or I've ever gone over, read, anything can be seen, watched at any given time by you. So that would be like hundreds, thousands of hours of me just learning about personal finance that you yourself can view. It's the most like genuine, authentic way of verifying expertise, right? So in that scenario, I think that would be pretty cool to see, pretty beneficial. But again, there's no guarantees. I might, feel like there's no more utility for me after a couple months. So I possibly not, but that does aid in the idea of me streaming. So then why am I streaming this on YouTube? It's because it saves VODs. I need VODs to fulfill that other part about the indexable expert. So I would need, Twitch does not save VOD, so we're going to be on YouTube for now. I don't know. But yeah, that is basically it for my introduction. I guess we can start now on some research topics. So recently at work, I just set up my 401k option. So I think that's a great thing to figure out exactly what's going on. And also, first of all, I gotta put on some music, dude, because we cannot. Oh, can you give me home? 50,000 people. That's a lot of people, dude. This is not. This is good, right? We're good, right? Okay. So we'll allow this. This really isn't my type of music. I like some other type of music, but personally for studying, I like IDM, but we'll listen to this because this is copyright free. So, 401k. Oh, okay, so this is a good question. How do I learn? How do I learn? Oh, okay, so how do I learn? How do I learn? Oops, my bad. Okay, what is a 401k? Investopedia, I feel like I like Investopedia, dude. And we'll read Wikipedia too. And I should pull up a notes thing. I do wanna... How do I make a new... Isn't it like, I thought it was right click on the... How do you make a... What? I don't know how to make a folder. How to make a folder. I should just put this on stream. Make a folder in Google Docs. Drive.computer.com. Oh, Drive that. So you can make one on Google Drive, you can't make one, okay. So, new folder, called the streaming notes. So, this is another good question. What in the, this sounds good, right? This is another good question. What in the, this sounds good, right? This is another good question. Okay, no, we're good. It just doesn't sound good to me, but it's probably because I don't have my headset mic on. So this is a good question that we have here. Today is 5/8/23. So, what do I want to write down in notes? I don't... Everything I'm learning right now is going to be incredibly new to me. And it's going to be... If I write down everything I don't know, that will be a lot. So, I do want to write down more insightful things, but... What I'm going to define as insightful, we're just going to have to see. Go over here. What is a 401k? How does it work? Traditional and Roth. Many American employees, tax advantages for the saver. The employee signs up for a 401k, agrees to have a percentage of each paycheck paid directly into an investment account. Okay, yeah. The employer may match a part or all of that contribution. The employee gets to choose among a number of investment options, usually mutual funds. Okay. How they're taxed. So Roth, that's interesting. I know about Roth IRAs a little bit. So would be interesting. Oh, that's funny. In YouTube Studio, the average view duration is just my stream time because there's no one's been watching. So that's actually, I don't need a counter or a timer. I'm good. Are made with after-tax income. There's no tax deduction in the contribution year. Okay, okay, I get that. So like Roth for employer contributions can be made to both traditional and Roth, right? Do we want to watch the? Let's just watch this, dude. I don't have an ad blocker, but
the biggest idea.
The 401k plan is one of the most widely used retirement vehicles. 401ks are established by employers to help employees realize their retirement goals. It is considered a qualified plan, which means it is eligible for tax benefits. In a 401k plan, you can make contributions from a portion of your employment earnings. These contributions can be made before or after payroll taxes. Once the contributions are in the account, the profits made from investing these funds grow on a tax-deferred basis. This means that if you make pre-tax contributions from your pay, you won't pay taxes on your gains until you withdraw them in retirement. This allows you to reduce your current taxable income and put off those taxes until retirement, when you'll likely be in a lower tax bracket. Some 401k plans, known as Roth 401ks, allow you to make after-tax contributions, so you won't pay tax when you pull the money out after you retire. But you need to hold the money in the plan for a minimum number of years before withdrawing it after retirement. Some employers also match the amount an employee puts into the account, or offer other incentives like profit sharing. This is a great way to boost your savings, but the IRS does set limits on how much you can contribute to these plans, and also sets restrictions on how and when you can withdraw the funds. Because of their tax advantages, 401k plans can help your retirement savings grow much faster than saving and investing without them. If you start contributing early and invest wisely, the 401k will help you leverage time and reduce taxes while achieving your retirement goals.
interesting. Okay. Okay, so I gotta read more. To encourage Americans to save for retirement, among the benefits they offer is tax savings. Each with distinct. So this is the traditional or deducted money comes from your paycheck before income taxes have been deducted. No taxes are due on the money contributed or the investment earnings until you withdraw the money. With a Roth 401k, contributions are deducted from your after-tax income. Tax deduction in the year. Additional taxes on your. So, from what I'm reading, the Roth 401k is a bit juicier since you'll never have to pay taxes. But I'm pretty sure that's not what I have, and that's definitely pretty juicy. Pretty juicy. Okay, so 59.5 is pretty crazy. I mean, 60, dude, that'll be. That's in a minute, bro. So. However, not all employers offer the option of a Roth account. If the Roth is offered, you can choose between a traditional and a Roth 401k. You can choose between a traditional and Roth 401k. A defined contribution plan is an alternative to the traditional pension. known as a defined benefit plan. With a pension, the employer is committed to providing a specific amount of money to the employee for life during retirement. Okay. In recent decades, 401k plans have become more common and traditional pensions have become rare as employers have shifted the responsibility and risk of saving for retirement to their employees. Okay. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Kind of wanna. Could delete it later. Employees also are responsible for choosing the specific investments within their 401k accounts from a selection that their employer offers. Those offerings typically include an assortment of stock and bond mutual funds and target date funds designed to reduce the risk of investment losses as the employee approaches retirement. They may also, I like that they have citations here. This is Investopedia. This might be a staple to this channel. They may also include guaranteed investment contracts issued by insurance companies and sometimes the employer's own stock. The maximum amount that an employee or employer can contribute to a 401k plan is adjusted periodically to account for inflation, which is a metric that measures rising prices in an economy. For 2022, the annual limit on employee contributions was $20,000 per year for workers under 50. However, those aged 50 and over can make a $6,500 catch-up contribution. Okay. For 2023, the annual limit on employee contributions is $22,500 per year for workers under age 50. Okay, so it's scaled up because the value of inflation has changed the value of the dollar. So now you can invest more. Okay. If you are age 50 or over, you can make an additional $7,500 catch up. Wow. If your employer, I'm trying to make it interesting, bro. If your employer also contributes, or if you elect to make additional non-deductible after-tax contributions to your traditional 401k account, there is a total employee and employer contribution amount for the year. Okay, for workers under 50, the total employee, okay. So this is, I'm guessing this is what they're talking about, the matchup, or the match when an employer matches. Can't exceed 61k, 67k included for 50 or older. For workers under 50, now it's increased to 66 and 73. Employer matching. Employers who match employee contributions use various formulas to calculate that match. For instance, an employer might match 50 cents for every dollar that the employee contributes up to a certain percentage of salary. Okay, so often recommend that employees contribute at least enough money to their 401k to get the full employer match. Okay, you see, this is what I'm talking about. This is some juicy stuff right here. Contributing to both a traditional and Roth 401k. If the employer offers both types of 401k plans, an employee can split their contributions, putting some money in traditional 401k and some into a Roth 401k. Okay. However, their total contribution to the two types of accounts can't exceed the limit for 1 year. So you can have two plans, but it can't be like they both have separate caps, so they both still fall under the previous cap that we were talking about. How does a 401k earn money? Your contributions to your 401k account are invested according to the choices you make from the selection your employer offers. As noted above, these options typically include an assortment of stock and bond mutual funds and target date funds designed to reduce the risk of investment losses as you get closer to retirement. Okay. How much you contribute each year, whether or not your company matches your contributions, your investments, and the returns, plus the number of years you have until retirement all contribute to how quickly and how much your money will grow. Provided you don't remove funds from your account, you don't have to pay taxes on investment gains, interest, or dividends until you withdraw money from the account after retirement. Provided you don't remove funds from your account, you don't have to pay taxes on investment gains until you withdraw after, unless you have a 401k. Okay. What's more, if you open a 401k when you are young, it has the potential to earn more money for you thanks to the power of compounding. Okay, that sounds interesting. The benefit of compounding is that returns generated by savings can be reinvested back into the account and begin generating returns on their own. Okay. Over a period of many years, the compounded earnings on your 401k account can actually be larger than the contributions you have made to the account. So, in this way, as you keep contributing to your 401k, it has potential to grow into a sizable chunk of money over time. Okay. So, how does taking withdrawals from a 401k? Once money goes into a 401k, it is difficult to withdraw it without paying taxes on the withdrawal amounts. Make sure that you still save enough on the outside for emergencies and expenses you may have before retirement. Right. This is important too. And I don't want to So he says, make sure you still have enough on the outside for emergencies. So this could be medical bills, other emergencies, and expenses you may have before retirement. And he's talking about saving here. He's not just talking about just what you have in cash. He's talking about saving. Do not put all of your savings into your 401k where you cannot easily access it if necessary. Should I include him? Oh no. Okay, we can leave it like that. Interesting. The earnings in a 401k account are tax deferred in the case of traditional 401ks and tax free in the case of Roths. I don't know what tax deferred means. And I'm gonna have to make tax deferred status refers to investment earnings such as interest that accumulate tax free until the okay, so deferred as in so you're deferring it, tax deferred, meaning you're leaving it till later to tax it so it doesn't get taxed until you take it out of the account. Gotcha. And they talk about IRAs and so when the traditional 401k owner makes withdrawals, that money which has never ooh, this is a good song, dude. Dude, there is some artists on there, dude. When the traditional 401k owner makes withdrawals, that money, which has never been taxed, will be taxed as ordinary income. So Roth account owners have already paid income tax on the money they contributed to the plan and will owe no tax on their withdrawals as long as they satisfy requirements. Okay. Never been taxed. Okay, so that's another restatement of what they said before. Both traditional and Roth 401k owners must be at least 59 and a half. Damn. So, interesting note I can make here. 59 and a half, that's like, I mean, we all hope to live to 59 and a half, but none of that is guaranteed, right? I mean, imagine if you spend like 20% of your pay, but your payroll on your 401k, hoping just for when you're 60, you're just like, you know, you buy like a yacht or something, not a yacht, but, or maybe a little yacht, like a small one, a yacht or like a summer house, right? And just go on vacation all the time, right? You're hoping for that, and you die. I mean, that's completely contradicting the idea of living in the present. And living in the present obviously is not, you know, savings is obviously the antithesis of living in the present, but there's got to be you have to have a limit. So I'm seeing this as not like there is a reasonable limit to where you should allot money in your 401k. So 10%, okay, that's pretty messed up, but I could see a lot of people taking that for emergencies or, you know, specific events. So we should probably copy this into the thing. Probably should. Some employers allow employees to take out a loan against their contributions to a 401k plan. The employee is essentially borrowing from themselves. If you take out a 401k loan, leave the job before the loan is repaid, you'll have to repay it in a lump sum. Borrowing from themselves sounds crazy. What is a lump sum? I don't know what a lump sum means. Oh my god. So lump sum means paying it at once. Ooh, I just thought about this. So I should make a cheat sheet, like in terms of like the notes. I should so I'll just make like some things that I didn't know in the beginning, like the tax deferred. Make this a little bit smaller. Ah, man, I wanted it to fit on one line. 401k, tax deferred. So just so we so I can just have this a bit more organized when I like look back on it. I could have a clear I should underline this too because it's just okay. Just so when I look back on it, it could be very clear. These are a bunch of definitions that I learned for today. Okay. That sounds crazy though. Borrowing from themselves. That sounds crazy. Required minimum distributions. Traditional 401k account holders are subject to required minimum distributions, RMDs. Oh, so you're required to start withdrawing. So this is interesting. I might take this whole thing just because it's God, I love you, but I love you, Google Doc, but sometimes I hate you. God, this is very different for me because I'm trying to vocalize everything I'm doing, right? Everything I'm thinking about, but I normally don't do this. I'm normally in my head, or I let just thoughts just cut themselves out. I don't really like let a thought go out the whole, like, live out the whole time, so, but I want to try to do that just to make this stream a bit more just easier to comprehend. So Roth IRAs are not subject. Okay, I forgot, I didn't read this part. Beginning on January 1st, 2023, account owners who have retired must start taking RMDs from their 401k plans starting at age 73. Pretty old. The size of the RMD is calculated is based on your life expectancy at the time prior to 2020. The RMD age was 7 years old before 2023. Okay. So it got updated with the life expectancy. Note that distributions from a traditional 401k are taxable. Interesting. So you're not subject to RMDs, but like RMD is 73, dude. What else are you making on, dude? Like you should be grateful that you live to 73, not like, oh, I'm gonna wait let it sit for a couple more years. Traditional 401k versus Roth 401k. When 401k plans became available in 1978, companies and their employees had just one choice: the traditional 401k. Then in 2006, Roth 401, so the pre-tax 401k. Roths are named from former U.S. Senator William Roth of Delaware, the primary sponsor of the 1997 legislation that made the Roth IRA possible. Okay. Shout out William Roth. While Roth 401ks were a little slow to catch on. Hold on, I need some water, bro. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Also, yeah, I just realized that there is a counter or a timer on this OBS. It's like really right in front of me. How did I not realize? 45 minutes. I've been alive for 45 minutes. Nice. Nice. Also, sorry, I made a shake instead of getting water because I'm going to the gym soon, so I might as well just drink this. Because then I don't really have time to drink it otherwise. So, when 401k plans became available in 1978, companies and their employees had just one choice, right? William Roth made it possible. While Roth 401ks were a little slow to catch on, many employers now offer them. So the first decision employers often have to make is choosing between a Roth and a traditional 401k, right? As a general rule, employees who expect to be in a lower marginal tax bracket after they retire might want to opt for a traditional 401k and take advantage of the immediate tax break. On the other hand, employees who expect to be in a higher bracket after retiring might opt for the Roth so that they can avoid taxes on their savings later. Also important, especially if the Roth has years to grow, is that since there is no tax on the withdrawals, so the Roth reduces your immediate spending power more than a traditional 401k plan. That matters if your budget is tight. There's no tax on withdrawals either, huh? Since no one can predict what tax rates will be for decades from now, neither type of 401k. Hedge bets. Interesting, this is. Oh. Jesus, man. Oh, these are 10s. Control you could be. I'm sorry. Okay, I get that. So they're saying like don't, okay, we don't know, so if you have the option for both, just do both. It's kind of what they're saying. As a practical matter, alright, I already read that. When you leave a company where you've been employed and you have a Roth 401k, you generally have four options. Ooh, okay. Withdraw the money. Withdrawing the money is usually a bad idea unless you urgently need the cash. The money will be taxable in the year it's withdrawn. You will be hit with the additional 10% early, unless you're above 59, which will definitely hit me, and permanently disabled or meet the other IRS criteria, which probably won't meet. In the case of a Roth 401k, you can withdraw your contributions, but not any profits, tax-free and without penalty at any time as long as you have had the account for at least 5 years. Remember, however, you're still diminishing your retirement savings, which you may regret later. Okay. Roll your 401k into an IRA. So this IRA is probably going to be the next topic of the next episode. Because I also heard people talk about investing in a Roth IRA. Also, we'll probably cover property ownership, definitely be a topic. Stocks will definitely be a topic. Just everything to do with finance, dude. Everything with being a grown up. That's what I'm gonna be talking. That's what I'm gonna be researching. So roll your 401k into an IRA. By moving the money into an IRA at a brokerage firm, mutual fund company, or a bank, you can avoid immediate taxes and maintain the account's tax advantage status. What's more, you will be able to select from among a wider range of investment choices than with your employer's plan. The IRS has relatively strict rules on rollovers and how they need to be accomplished, and running afoul of them is costly. Typically, the financial institution that is in line to receive the money will be more than happy to help with the process and prevent any missteps. Okay. So like they're like, yeah, bro, we want your fucking money. We'd love that. Leave your 401k with the old employer. In many cases, employers will permit a departing employer to keep a 401k account in their old plan indefinitely, though the employee can't make any further contributions to it. This generally applies to accounts worth at least $5,000. Okay. In the case of smaller accounts, the employee may give the employee no choice but to move the money elsewhere. Leaving 401k money where it is can make sense if the old employer's plan is well managed and you are satisfied with the investment choices it offers. The danger is that employees who change jobs over the course of their careers can leave a trail of old 401k plans and may forget about one or more of them. Their heirs might also be unaware of the existence of the accounts. Gotcha. The danger. So that's pretty important about this. Got interesting. Oh, where was I? Here you go. You can usually move your 401k balance to your new employer's plan. As with an IRA rollover, this maintains the account tax deferred status and avoids immediate taxes. It could be a wise move if you are uncomfortable with making the investment decisions involved in managing a rollover IRA and would rather leave some of that work to the new plan's administrator. So how do you start a 401k? The simplest way to start a 401k plan is through your employer. Many companies offer 401k plans, and some will match part of an employee's contributions. In this case, your 401k paperwork payments will be handled by the company during onboarding. If you are self-employed or run a small business with your spouse, you may be eligible for a solo 401k, also known as an independent 401k. These retirement plans allow freelancers and independent contractors to fund their own retirement even though they are not employed by another company. A solo 401k can be created through most online brokers. What is the maximum contribution to a 401k? For most people, the maximum contribution to a 401k is $20,000, $22,000. Yep, we talked about the catch-up contributions. $27,000. Limitations on the employer's matching combined can't exceed 6. Oopsie. Oh wait, what? Oh, it lets you like snapshot. What the heck? So if I just but like it does. Do you guys see that? Oh, it pops in a different window. You can't see that. I'll stream desktop one day. But then I gotta sort all my stuff out. Later, dude. Is it a good idea to take early withdrawals from your 401k? There are a few advantages to taking an early withdrawal from a 401k plan. If you take withdrawals before age 59 and a half, you will face a 10% penalty. However, some employers allow hardship withdrawals for sudden financial needs such as medical costs. This can help you avoid the early withdrawal penalty, but you will still have to pay taxes on the withdrawals. Gotcha. What is the main benefit? 401k plan lets you reduce your tax burden while saving for retirement. Not only do you get tax deferred gains, but it's also hassle free since contributions are automatically subtracted from your paycheck. In addition, many employers will match part of their employees' 401k contributions, effectively giving them a free boost to their retirement savings. The bottom line, a 401k plan is a workplace retirement plan that lets you make annual contributions up to a certain limit and invest that money for the benefit of your later years once your working days are done. Okay. 401k plans come in two types, a traditional or Roth. The traditional 401k involves pre-tax contributions that give you a tax break when you make them and reduce your taxable income. I should probably put like 401ks. Okay. Did I see a quiz? I swear I saw something that said quiz. I'll take a quiz right now, dude. Fuck it. But yeah, nice. Shout out Jason Fernando. It was very helpful. So in recent decades, has become more common, at least enough to get the employer match. Don't put too much, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need to be at least 60 or you get a 10% penalty. So distributions are what the IRS calls withdrawals. And you could be dangerous because key takeaways, ooh. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So this is considering a loan from your 401k plan. Your 401k plan may allow you to borrow from your account balance. However, you should consider a few things before taking a loan from your 401k. If you don't pay the loan, including interest according to the loan's terms, and any unpaid amounts become a planned distribution to you, your plan may even require you to repay the loan in full if you leave the job. Generally, you have to include any previously untaxed amount of the distribution in your gross income in the year in which the distribution occurs. You must also pay an additional 10. Interesting. So you just get hit with the thing if you don't pay the loan back. Ooh. How to evaluate this seems pretty important, but let me read these other ones first. Got that down, wrote that down, wrote that down. Compound to savers and investors means the ability of the sum of money to grow exponentially over time by the repeated addition of earnings to the principal invested. Each round of earnings adds to the principal that yields the next round of earnings. In savings account, this is called compound interest. Compounding is the repeated addition of interest payments to the principal. I'll read this. I'm at an hour right now. I really don't have anything else to do because I want to go to the gym later, so I'll probably read this and read this, and then I'll probably wrap it up then. Yeah, because I don't even have a full sheet yet, so. Let's read this last, because well, let's read this after. When it comes to investing, let me get my glasses real quick. Hold up. Okay, I'm back. How to evaluate your 401k options. When it comes to investing via your 401k plan, you can make things as simple or complicated as you like. Some people spend hours researching investment strategies and asset allocations, trying to maximize their gains. Others are content with the slow but steady growth offered by target date funds or broad-based index funds. No matter which strategy you choose, there will more than likely come a moment where you'll have to choose among seemingly similar funds. Let's look at how you can assess them and make comparisons. To begin, we're going to assume that you understand the basics of how investing in a 401k works and have some idea of what strategy you would like to follow. The succinct advice is to make sure that your portfolio is balanced, meaning it contains a mixture of asset types. This is known as your asset allocation is generally split among domestic stocks, international stocks, and domestic bonds. As you get closer to retirement age, the standard advice is gradually reduce the risk in your portfolio by reducing your exposure to stocks. A target date fund will do that for you automatically. Huh. Even with the simplest investment strategies, so for example, a target date fund, your portfolio is split between an S&P 500 index fund and a U.S. Treasury bonds, you will have decisions to make. Intelligently structured 401k plans offer a huge range of funds for investment. Oof. You're getting me confused, man. So where are we talking about bonds and stuff? Is it saying that the 401k is an investment of this stuff? This may be like a tomorrow thing, dude, because I might have to. I don't know what a tracker fund is. Is this like short? I don't even know what an index fund is, dude. Okay. it's like it's contrasting them. Man, this is tough. All right, maybe we just read about compound today. Compound to savers and investors means the ability of a sum of money to grow exponentially over time by the repeated addition of earnings to the principal invested. Each round of earnings adds to the principal that yields the next round of earnings in savings accounts. This is called compound interest. Let's watch this video. Videos always help.
The biggest idea.
360.
Compound interest is the interest an investor earns on his original investment, plus all the interest earned on the interest that has accumulated over time. It is easier to think of compound interest as interest on interest. To understand compound interest, let's first look at simple interest, the interest earned on the original principal only. Suppose you deposit $10,000 into a high-interest savings account at a 5% simple interest rate for 3 years. The interest you earn each year is 5% times $10,000, which equals $500, for a total of $1,500 of interest at the end of year 3. $500 plus 500 plus 500. Now instead, suppose that you deposit the same $10,000 at 5% interest compounded annually. In year 1, the interest you earn is the same, $500. But in year 2, the interest you earn is 5% times 10,500, the original amount plus the interest you earned in year 1. So the second year's interest is $525. In year 3, you earn 5% interest on $11,025. $10,000 plus 500 year 1 interest plus 525 year 2 interest for an interest payment of $551.25. In total, you earn $1,576.25 in interest over 3 years with compounding interest versus $1,500 with simple interest, a difference of $76.25. The effect of compounding becomes especially powerful over longer time periods as the amount of earned interest becomes larger and larger.
Right. Okay. So compounding is definitely beneficial long term. Suppose you invest $10,000 in company XYZ. The shares rose 20%. Your investment is now worth $12,000. So rather than your shares appreciating an additional $2,000 as they did in the first year, they appreciate an additional $400 because of 2 years, right? If you extrapolate the process, we did learn this in school. I'm surprised I don't remember jack crap about it. If you extrapolate the process out, the numbers start to get very big as your previous earnings start to provide further returns. In fact, 10,000 invested at 20% annually for 25 years will go to nearly $1 million. Wow. Right. We learned about this in school, the formula. So take a 3-year loan of 10,000. So this is pretty interesting. So this is what we saw in the video. When calculating compound interest, the numbers of compounding periods makes a significant difference. The higher the number of compounding periods. What do you mean by compounding periods? Oh, you mean like just the amount of times that it occurs to compound? Okay. If the number of compounding periods is more than once a year, I and n must be adjusted accordingly. The I must be divided by the number of compounding per year, and the n is the number of compounding periods per 5 times or deposits maturity period of the. Oh. Ooh. If investor.gov, a website operated by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, offers a free online compound interest calculator. Awesome. Thanks, SEC. Compound interest, simple interest only takes into account the principal balance of a loan or deposit, whereas compound interest takes into account the principal balance and the interest that's accumulated. For example, if over a 4-year period, again, the more math, yep, I get it. Tip, as an individual borrowing money, it is better to have your loan as a simple interest loan. Ooh, true. Never want a compounding loan. That sounds like hell. We can edit that later. What is the compound annual growth rate? The compound annual growth rate is a representational growth that is the rate of return that is needed for an investment to grow from its beginning balance to its ending balance. It shows the rate that an investment would have grown if the rate of return was the same for every year and profits were reinvested at the end every year. It is used as a comparison tool between possible investments as it smooths results. Okay. What is discrete compounding? Discrete compounding is when interest is calculated and added to the principal amount at set intervals. Okay. Ooh, continuous compounding is when interest is calculated and added to the principal amount continuously. It is the most extreme form of compounding as it is done in very short intervals as opposed to the more common intervals of a week, month, or year. It seeks to compound interest over an infinite number of periods. This is primarily a theoretical concept rather than one of practicality. Gotcha. Banks can use both compound interest and simple interest, depending on the regulations and type of product. Simple interest is calculated on only the principal amount of the loan, whereas compound interest is calculated on both the principal and the interest. To borrow money, it is better to have simple interest loans. To save, it is better to have compound interest loans. Compounding crypto relates to a protocol that deals with the borrowing and lending of crypto. It is a decentralized blockchain. Gotcha. Bottom line, compounding is the ability of money to grow exponentially due to the repeated addition of earnings to the initial investment over time. One round of earnings is added to the overall amount, then into the gross sum, with the process continuously occurring over time, allowing for savings to grow. This is the reason experts advise people to invest in as early as they can. Right. Gotcha. Thanks. I don't really need to know about discrete compounding, right? Or continuous. I don't think so. We'll write this down as a definition, though. Oof. Dude, I can't. Also, do I have to cite sources? I'm not publishing this, right? So we don't care. Huh. This is a good question. This is a very good question. Are you serious? Right, but no, okay, that was not. Do I need to cite if I'm not publishing this? I don't think so, because I'm not. This is just notes, dude. There's no difference between me and like. I'm not publishing it anywhere. That's true. That I used to have that citation machine, bro. Came in clutch. Um, I don't need. I don't need. I don't know what the heck these guys are talking about. I mean, they're talking about index funds. I don't like. I don't know how it relates to 401ks. I think that's a good place to leave for the first page in the first stream. I didn't stream for as long. I'm planning to stream like 2 hours a week. Not a week, sorry, a day. To start off, maybe longer on the weekends. Probably not, I'll be honest, dude. Trying to do other things. I'm sorry I didn't put this back on. I mean, we're ending this soon anyway, dude. But yeah, this was. I kind of enjoyed this. I feel more well-rounded in my knowledge of 401ks, how they work, what they do. Um, Tomorrow, probably try to read some of these. I was hoping to get into Roth IRAs tomorrow, but might have to get into index funds just to be able to read some of these. But I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think that I felt pretty good today. This was a pretty good stream, I feel like. Hopefully tomorrow, if not, definitely the next day, because next day it's an off day for the gym, rest day. But yeah, this was step one of my indefinite journey in personal finance. So, thank you for joining me, and